Hello and welcome to FodSim. This is episode 2 and this is Crew Ops part 1. Now I had to record this video on many occasions. This is probably about my 4th attempt now, so you may find the weather might change now and again in these first few shots, but apart from that, the rest of it I filmed in one go. So basically we are going to follow a crew of Easyjet on a typical 2-day roster, starting in Inverness in Scotland. From here we'll be heading to Gatwick, and that'll be for part 1. Part 2 will be Gatwick to Gibraltar, Gibraltar back to Gatwick, and then part 3 we'll be making our way back up to Inverness. So the time is now 5 AM and we are scheduled to depart at 5:30. We've got a flight time of around about an hour and 13 minutes, give or take, and we've got 138 passengers. So with that, we shall crack on with preparing for the flight. By the time we get to the flight deck, we'll have around about 25 minutes to set everything up and get underway. So let's head to the flight deck. So here we are in the flight deck. So let's start by setting up the aircraft itself. I've already set this up as a turnaround. So what have we got? So we're taking, I think it was 6.1 tons of fuel. No cargo, just baggage. And then it was 138 passengers. 138. There we are. Load it all now. There we go. That's that job done. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and actually set up the flight. So we're heading from Inverness, Echo Golf Papa, Echo, yep, to Gatwick, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. We've got an alternative of Stansted, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra. Flight number will be Easy 2878. Right, we've got a cost index of 35 and we're flying at 330. And for the flight plan, we're taking off from runway 05, which is really handy because it's just on the end of the taxiway. No backtracking is needed. And then the first part of the leg will be direct to Nesdy, and then we'll be using airway November 560 to Golf Oscar Whiskey. And then from there we're going direct to Delta Charlie Tango, and then via airway Uniform November 864 to Subuck. And then direct to a keypad. Kilo Echo Papa Alpha Delta. And then from there we are on the Uniform Lima 151 to Nedex. November Echo Delta Echo X-ray, and then from there on the Lima 151 to Kidley. Kilo India Delta Lima India. And that's the flight plan. So 6.1 in for fuel. Then we'll head off to takeoff page, flaps 1, and we'll be up 1.0, and we'll leave that flex for now. We may have to change it a bit later because we'll need a bit of power to get us. It's very short, this runway, so we might need a bit extra power. Got 330 already set up on the remote control panel, so very shortly we will get the passengers boarded. We'll flick on the seatbelt signs now because we're already fueled up. Get those on. The sun's gradually making its way up. Right, okay, so let's get these passengers boarded. 138 may take a little while. And we'll get the checklist started as well.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Engine master.
Both off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
Parking brake.
Off.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
ECAM recall.
Checked.
Anti-skid.
On.
Emergency lights.
Checked and armed.
No smoking signs.
On.
Air condition.
Checked.
Ventilation panel.
Is checked.
Fuel pumps.
Set on.
Adheres.
Checked.
Checklist complete.
Captain,
Right,
the cabin is secure.
boarded,
All passengers
bags
are
are
aboard.
on, everything should be away.
Before start checklist.
Windows and doors.
So
Closed
let's
and
get this
locked.
flight
APU.
underway.
Set on.
APU bleed.
One thing I did forget to do was fire up the APU, so that's going to take a minute or two just to fire up, and then we can get underway.
Set on.
External power.
Okay, so that's the APU
Disconnected
running.
and
All
off.
full
Cabin
pushback.
signs.
On.
Thrust
Tail
levers.
to the right.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Let them do what
Bearer
they've got
reference.
to do.
Checked.
Shots going on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Parking gear.
Looks like we're heading for a on-time departure. He says. Right, so while he's doing that...
Locking gear. Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking
Yes,
brakes
brakes
released.
off.
All engines clear. Start that wheel.
And some pushback, and we can start the engines. Starting engine 2.
Starting engine 2.
Engine 2 is stabilized.
So engine 1.
Starting number 1.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass main removed.
After start checklist.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
APU bleed.
Off.
APU master.
Off.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Reader trim.
Right is
Checked
clear.
0.
Pitch trim.
Set.
Flight controls.
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Check. Flaps.
Flaps 1.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Ecam door page.
Checked.
Hand signal.
Received.
Checklist complete.
I can't find where I wrote down the flex temperature. I think it. Yeah. No. Try 30. Yeah, 30. That's enough.
Taxiing checklist.
No slide.
Taxi.
Brake check.
Pedal pressed. Checked 0.
Check. Auto brakes.
Reviewed.
FCU.
Checked.
Slide instruments.
Checked.
Checked. TO config.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Flight attendants, seats for takeoff. Before takeoff checklist.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
Brake fans.
Off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
TCAS.
TARA, tilt above.
Exterior lights.
Set on.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Checklist complete.
Right. Let's get going. Let's get some power going.
Takeoff. Man, flex, SRS and runway.
Check. Power set. 100 knots.
Checked.
Speed 1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Navigation.
Check. Gears up, lights off.
Climb thrust. Autopilot on. Flaps 0.
Speed check, flaps 0.
And the after takeoff checklist.
Engine mode selector.
Check normal.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
Flaps.
Nice.
Check retracted.
Landing gear.
That is us.
Gear up, lights off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Flags.
Both on.
Anti-ice.
Off.
TCAS.
Checked.
Altimeter.
So,
Standard.
Checklist
Set.
complete.
Cue the music. so we might as well start setting up for our arrival. So we'll be taking 08 right. We're not going to bother with a star, we'll just do a straight in approach. We're not with FodSim, there's no AI traffic, and it's just a long-winded approach, so we'll just go straight in. Make it nice and simple. So just look on the, we go straight in, no messing around. Okay, so we're just about to approach the top of descent. Already dialed in 3,000 feet. Once the white arrow comes right over us, we will start the descent. While I'm at it, we'll put in the arrival information for Gatwick, the weather. So, QNH 1009. Temperature is that. And 050, the wind, direction, speed, and I think the
Descent
transition is
preparation
3,000 feet.
Seatbelt signs.
There we go.
On.
We'll leave that 200, the
Off.
radio altimeter.
Landing information.
Received.
Altimeter.
Standard.
Error radio.
Set.
So we're just coming under, we're about 8 miles from top of descent. See if the signs are already on. If you watch the primary flight display, you'll see a deceleration in white letters come up just above the blue sky. And a round magenta ball will just be where the altitude is in the black area. Okay, 2.5 miles now, 2.5 miles. Literally on top of it. Just about coming underneath us now. Go, decelerate,
Initiating descent.
and then we start going down.
FMA check.
Radar tilt.
I shall see you when we're a bit closer to the ground. hope you enjoyed the descent. So the airfield is just over there. Just
Approach checklist.
So, very shortly
Beacon status.
Checked.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Cabin signs.
Checked.
Nav currency.
Checked.
Bearer reference.
Standard.
Fortunately, now on 108, we can pretty much go all the way to the end. Just vacate.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing.
Air traffic as soon as you possibly could, as air traffic, do what we want.
Autopilot off.
Autopilot off. So we're going to hand fly this thing now. We're not actually that far away, to be honest. Take off the flight directors.
Light slope alive.
And we'll just arm the approach. Just in case we need to reroute those pilots, for example, if we got fog tape on a sudden or we lost visual reference. It's always nice to have that as a backup.
Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1. Localizer alive. Transition altitude.
Okay, so there is the airfield.
2,500.
Arrow reference set
So
and cross-checked.
we're right on
1009er.
1009. Checked.
You're wondering where they are. The localizer is the dotted lines at the bottom with the magenta diamond, which represents where we are width-wise on the runway, and the glide slope are, well, I'll have said down to the runway basically, so it should be about 3 degrees, and we need to keep those diamonds in the middle of those vertical yellow lines, basically. Well, the vertical line for the localizer and the horizontal line for glide slope. See, that's the problem you go off.
Gear down.
Take your afterboard for a
Gear
second.
down.
Sub-YouTube. Some shots now really got to catch up.
Flaps 3.
Speed check, flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Right, guys, I'm going to concentrate now, and
Speed
I'll
check,
leave you
flaps
to
full.
enjoy the rest of the landing.
Landing checklist.
Landing gear,
Down and locked, 3 greens.
ground spoilers,
Checked and armed.
auto brakes,
Low,
exterior lights,
on.
go around altitude,
Checked.
landing memo,
Checked, no blue.
checklist complete.
One thousand. $500. $400. $500. $400. $300. 100 above. $200 minimum.
Continue.
$100. 70. 60. 50. 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Ground
Nice.
spoilers, $70 knots.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was a textbook landing.
Manual
Thanks,
brakes.
save
Auto
myself.
brakes off.
Right, so we'll vacate just here. Let her turn off all the lights, crank up the APU. Spoilers are in, flaps coming up. And we'll be on gate, or should I say stand. 1,
After
After
0,
landing checklist.
Exterior
which is
lights,
a relatively easy
Checked.
ground spoilers,
place to taxi to.
Set off.
engine mode selector,
Checked normal.
Just
Flaps.
take the
Check
next
contracted.
right,
TCAS,
Checked standby.
brake temperature,
straight up to
Checked.
the top,
APU,
left,
On.
and left again.
checklist complete.
and the parking checklist.
Parking brake and chocks.
Chocks are set. Parking brakes released.
Engine master.
Both off.
Seatbelt signs.
Set off.
Beacon lights.
Set off.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Set off.
Checklist complete.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it, everybody. That was a pretty successful flight. Yeah, so I was supposed to be leaving Gatwick again, heading towards Gibraltar, but because of the issues I heard, I decided to break up the parts. So, part 2 will be continuing from Gatwick to Gibraltar, and then heading back to Gatwick. Then part 3, we'll do another couple of sectors and then head back up to Inverness where we started. So that's it for part 1 of this little mini-series. I hope you all have a great bank holiday weekend. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the boxes below. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook. And please always remember, don't forget to subscribe. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, 4 days.